En bout de ligne, c'était moi puis mon équipe qui prenait les décisions, mais je pense que les recommandations qu'on a eues, entre autres de McKinsey, nous ont aidés à sauver des vies.
By mutual agreement, the Quebec government awarded a contract to McKinsey to develop the confinement and economic recovery plan and to manage the vaccination campaign. This deal revealed a more important road than the government suggests.
François Legault a préféré écouter des consultants privés d'une firme multinationale.
Il aime gouverner seul, il aime gouverner sans qu'on le critique, il aime gouverner sans partager l'information.
McKinsey semble avoir joué un rôle très important dans la gestion de crise politique.
François Legault nous présentait ça comme les décisions du gouvernement, alors qu'il semble y avoir des liens très directs entre ce que dit McKinsey puis ce qu'annonce le gouvernement le jour même ou le surlendemain.
McKinsey has been heavily involved in pandemic management around the world with what seems to be significant conflict of interest. This has caused scandal in many parts of the world, and yet we remain without concrete answer. Why then? Why did we not provide that management to the scientists and experts in our own country? To my knowledge, we have never had to unquarantine a population in the past. So why this company, which has been at the center of several scandals in the past?
Vous avez fait appel à une firme qui s'appelle McKinsey, à qui vous avez attribué un contrat sans appel d'offres de 1,7 million de dollars. Déjà un premier choix. Le deuxième, c'est que cette firme, bien connue à l'international, est responsable de vous produire des scénarios de déconfinement. Donc ça, on est au cœur de l'étude des crédits, c'est payé avec notre argent. Alors, ma deuxième question, est-ce que le premier ministre accepte qu'on rende public l'ensemble des scénarios de déconfinement produits par McKinsey, à même les 1,7 million de dollars de l'argent durement gagné des Québécois, ce qui permettrait de comprendre davantage le processus de décision du gouvernement du Québec?
Monsieur le Premier ministre.
If, like us, you wish to put pressure on your government, we are giving you the opportunity to send them a message demanding a transparent public investigation of the role played by McKinsey in the management of the COVID-19 crisis, vaccination, and to find out about the possible conflicts of interest. You can also sign our petition demanding full transparency about this McKinsey deal at showusthetruth.ca. For those who are not familiar with this American firm, McKinsey is an advisory firm with 130 offices in 65 countries and 30,000 consultants. This firm is in the midst of several controversies, including the opioid crisis in the United States. According to the New York Times, McKinsey settled for nearly $600 million over role in opioid crisis. The consulting firm has reached agreement with 49 states because of its sale advice to drug makers, including Purdue Pharma, the manufacturer of OxyContin. As well, on September 30, the New York Post released the following. McKinsey, charged in South African corruption case. The South African branch of the global consulting firm has been charged in a corruption scandal related to its work with the country's state-owned freight, rail, and port operator. So why should we trust this multinational? But let's go back to Quebec's situation on March 26, 2020. An email entitled Healthcare and Supply Chain Response Effort by McKinsey, sent by Kevin D'Entremont of the firm McKinsey to Kelly Murdoch of the Public Service and Procurement Canada. In this exchange of email, it states, "Hope you're well. I am with McKinsey and Company and based in Ottawa. There has been some interest of late in hearing about what we are doing globally. McKinsey has some 90-plus programs running with global government and healthcare clients on COVID-19. We have a significant fact base and a team of experts in North America. I wanted to reach out in the event there is interest in hearing how some of these governments are managing the response through nerve center and by creating specialized response architecture. The attached deck profile our thinking. An email promoting the idea of hiring McKinsey to manage Canada's healthcare system and supply chain. On April 2nd, the government of Quebec signed a contract with the company for $1.7 million or $35,000 a day in order to prepare a plan for reopening and economic recovery. The agreement was signed to begin on April 6, 2020 and end on May 29, 2020. On May 13, 2020, Le Devoir newspaper reported on the initial controversy involving McKinsey and its role in the management of the reopening plan. Many people were outraged by this decision and why we did not invest this money in our scientists in Quebec to make this decision. On May 27, Mr. Legault refused to release the advice received by McKinsey. The duration of the first contract, which was supposed to end on May 2020, has been extended until December 31, 2020 at the latest. In an email, Jean-Benoît Grégoire Rousseau, partner of the McKinsey firm, wrote to the Ministry of Executive Council regarding the fees attributed to their support in the review of the preparation of the vaccination campaign. A total of $4.9 million was given to the company for $35,000 a day. The company was responsible for managing the vaccine campaign, PCR testing, communication strategy, and even public health decision. In its contract with the government of Quebec, the firm McKinsey has included in its conclusion that the firm has not to mention which other clients do business with them. But as we have learned with the report of the Senate in France, McKinsey has as customer the pharmaceutical company Pfizer, as well as other medical and pharmaceutical companies. Moreover, the Senate report mentioned that consulting firms have intervened in entire areas of the health crisis, with the particular support for the vaccine campaign, McKinsey, and information system, Accenture. Let's not forget that Accenture also played an important role in the World Economic Forum program for the non-digital traveler identity. In addition, last November, the CBC reported on McKinsey's role in Ontario. It was mentioned that, according to the Auditor General report, the government hired McKinsey at the outset of the pandemic to create an organizational structure for the pandemic response at a cost of $1.6 million. McKinsey also assisted the government with its COVID-19 recovery planning, and at the cost of $3.2 million. Of that, $942,000 was spent to provide feedback on the child care and school reopening plan. In how many other provinces and countries does this firm have exceptional authority over the population and the decision to manage the system? It seems that we have not heard all about this pandemic management and that we need answer. Sign our petition and we will deliver it to the provincial and federal government. And if you want to put more pressure on them, send them a request for an investigation to get answer about the investment of your money in this private firm that has interfered in your life during this global crisis. Go to showusthetruth.ca and sign it massively. It was Alexa for Ribbon News.